Canton, Georgia appears quiet on postcards. Thick forests surround neighborhoods where children play outside. Residents take pride in hiking trails and small businesses. On New Year's Eve, 2020, that safety shattered without warning. A crime occurred that residents would discuss for years, not because it was complicated, but because it felt impossible. People in Canton do not expect masked intruders. When deputies arrived at Morgan Metzger's house that night, they knew immediately this was different. The violence was personal. The anger was familiar. Morgan Metzger had reasons to celebrate. Her divorce was final. Her business was thriving. Her twins were safe in Florida. She drove to Nicole's house expecting wine and laughter, but exhaustion settled in early. She apologized and said she needed rest. Nicole protested briefly, then let her go. Morgan drove home alone. She locked every door manually. She punched the code into her alarm panel. She changed into pajamas and climbed into bed before midnight. The house was silent except for her dog's breathing. Fireworks crackled in the distance at 11:59 p.m. Morgan woke briefly, kissed her dog, and whispered into the dark. She rolled over and fell back asleep within seconds. That short window of wakefulness would become important later. Investigators would ask her exactly what she saw. She remembered the fireworks. She remembered the dog's fur. She did not remember hearing footsteps. She did not remember a door opening. The attacker had waited until she was unconscious again before entering her bedroom. Morgan's eyes flung open without warning. No noise preceded the awakening. No touch. Just sudden awareness. The silhouette filled her bedroom doorway. A man's body blocked the hallway light. Black hoodie, black pants, black gloves. A mask covered his face completely. She screamed loud enough to hurt her own throat. He crossed the room in 3 seconds. The gun struck her temple first. His fist followed immediately. He turned her onto her stomach. Plastic tightened around both wrists. Zip ties, already pre-looped for speed. He spoke 7 words Morgan would never forget. "You're going to regret this. You've done really wrong now." The voice did not sound human. It sounded like gravel scraping against metal. She later told investigators it reminded her of Batman movies. A man forcing his voice downward. He strangled her until colors exploded behind her eyes. Then he let go. Then he did it again. He demanded her jewelry. He demanded her phone. He demanded the passcode. She gave him everything. He opened her alarm app and unlocked her back porch door. The pillowcase smelled like laundry detergent. That detail stayed with Morgan. He pulled it over her head and walked her through the bedroom, through the back door, onto the wooden porch. January air hit her bare skin. Her hands were still bound. He said, "Do not get up until you hear 2 car honks, or I'll kill you." Then his footsteps faded. Morgan lay completely still. She counted her own breaths. She listened to a creak in the darkness. 40 minutes passed. She did not move. She had children. Footsteps approached from the side of the house. Not running, walking, purposeful. The first board creaked loudly. Morgan's body tensed. Then a voice called out. Not the Batman voice. A normal voice. A familiar voice. "Oh, honey, what happened?" It was Rod, her ex-husband. He pulled the pillowcase off her face. He called 911 immediately. His hands shook as he held the phone. He told the dispatcher he had heard knocking on his window, whispering her name. He looked like a hero. Everyone believed him. Detective Sergeant Dakota Livers arrived at 3 in the morning. He walked past Rod sitting in his car. Rod looked up and said, "Do your job." Not a question, not a plea, an order. The detective filed that comment away. Then he saw Morgan, one eye swollen completely shut, her face purple and black, zip ties still cutting into her wrist. He separated her from Rod immediately. He asked her directly who she thought attacked her. She whispered, "I just thought it was him." She explained about the familiar grip. Rod handed over his phone voluntarily. Inside a hidden folder, Investigators found photographs of Morgan undressed without her knowledge, screenshots of her private texts with another man. Then they searched his apartment. A bag of black zip ties sat on a shelf. Next to it, a cut tail from a zip tie. The crime lab matched that tail to the zip ties on Morgan's wrist. The striations lined up perfectly under a microscope. Lowe's surveillance showed Rod buying those zip ties, his face clear. He paid with his debit card. Rod had searched for how to change your voice and how long to choke someone unconscious. He had searched for cancer diagnosis letter. He faked pancreatic cancer to stay in Morgan's house that week. He disabled her alarm sensor while she slept. On August 4, 2021, he pleaded guilty to 14 counts. The judge sentenced him to 25 years in prison, followed by 45 years of probation. Morgan read a victim impact statement in court. She did not cry. Her voice did not shake. She walked out free.